everybody, and welcome to another episode of Totally Primal. This week, we're gonna focus on some home cooking, and I'm gonna be doing what's preferred in my household by my significant other, the one-pot dish. And I'm gonna be using our Venison Italian Sausage blend. The main ingredients in this dish are our free-range grass-fed venison Italian sausage. I really like using this product. You don't have anything to skim off. There's no fat that cooks out. It actually just all incorporates right into the dish. So one of my favorite products, the venison Italian sausage, find it at your local retailers. The other main components are some gnocchi, which is a traditional Italian dumpling. It's not a pasta like some people think. It actually is a dumpling. And onions, can of tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, some seasonings, garlic, heavy cream, and we're gonna cook some fresh spinach into it. It is an amazing dish. The aromas that come off of it are so good. Let's get to the stove and start heating things up. Now we're here at the stove, and important with all cooking, get your pan preheated first, and I've got that done already. So we're gonna start with a little bit of olive oil in the pan. We're gonna add our onions, about a cup of diced onions in here. We're gonna get those in there right away. And we're gonna cook these until they're translucent. Only takes about a minute, 2 minutes. Garlic. In the recipe, it calls for 2 cloves of garlic minced, but I like garlic, my family likes garlic, so I actually used about 4 cloves. You do what you like. If you like a lot of garlic, add more garlic. Seasonings, salt and pepper. Every dish should have salt and pepper, a teaspoon of each. Italian seasonings. Now, you go to Italy, they're gonna laugh at you for Italian seasonings. I prefer to use oregano and basil, so I'm gonna add those in now. Some people add those in when you're getting your liquids in, but the way I was taught, you get those spices and those herbs in there while you're cooking the onions, and it kind of toasts them up a little bit, puts a punch of flavor into your dish. Onions are ready, so let's get the sausage in there next. I got the package already cut open, and we should just be able to pop it right out, just like that. Perfect. And we're gonna cook all this together until it's nice and browned, and then we'll add the rest of the ingredients. When you're breaking up the sausage in the pan, you can leave those chunks as big as you want, or you can break them down to hamburger bite sizes. It's all up to you. You do what you like. Cooking is like building a house. You put a foundation down, and you build the dish up. You build those flavors up into what you want it to be. Now, there are probably some certain rules that need to be followed. Burning is learning. So, if you burn a dish, if you mess something up, don't take it personally. You probably learned something from that experience, and you know what not to do the next time. So, never be afraid to try new things. What I love using this free-range grass-fed venison Italian sausage because I don't have any more grease in the pan than from when I started from adding the olive oil. It's fantastic. To have something that's so greasy that you have to drain it off, I mean, a lot of your spices you're draining off with the grease. So the fact that we don't have to do that just makes all of those flavors stay right in this pot. All right, I've got my sausage nice and browned up here. I got some garlic powder here. I didn't want to add that in the beginning because I didn't want it to burn. So I'm gonna sprinkle my garlic powder here, about a teaspoon. Can of diced tomatoes. I already have it out of the can. This one already has some herbs in it, but regular diced tomatoes, petite diced, big diced, get what you want. 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. And then our gnocchi. We're gonna add a whole package, 16-ounce package, right to the pot. Following recipe is important in other ways, but I want a little bit more cream in here. I can just tell by the ratio that I want a little bit more liquid in there. So I'm gonna add a bit more heavy cream. Everything that we say on our previous shows, it should be a perfect marriage of all the flavors. Nothing should overtake the other stuff. We got our fresh spinach here, and we're gonna add about 2 to 3 cups. And as the steam comes up out of the dish, as it heats up, that'll wilt right down, so it's a super rich dish. Now, it's not a pasta that has a sauce on it. It's not a stew, it's not a soup. It's kind of its own special little thing. You don't have to serve it over anything. Your dumplings are right in there. It's all right there. So I don't know what you would call it, to tell you the truth. Darn good. It's darn good. There we go. Now the spinach is starting to wilt. Looking at the ratios here, I'm probably gonna throw another little handful in there. And adding more spinach at this point, it's not going to be less cooked or undercooked than the other spinach you put in there. It'll all come out the same. What you're really looking for is to reduce the sauce, definitely not by half, but maybe by like a third. So we want to thicken up that cream that we added. We're gonna cook off some of the moisture that was in those tomatoes we added. Shredded mozzarella cheese. Sprinkle that in. Recipe calls for mozzarella, but if you got some cheeses to use up in your fridge, go ahead and toss them in. Thickens it right up. And there we go. So our dish is all finished, our creamy venison Italian sausage gnocchi. Using our venison Italian sausage, it makes such a difference in the dish because traditional sausage is made just from pork. Now you have the option to have one of the cleanest proteins that you can get in a dish that would traditionally require pork. So the flavors that come from venison, the seasoning profile that we've put together at Primal Eats for everybody, take something that might just be a normal dish, makes it top notch. I'm Dave, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Totally Primal. If you're kind of watching I'm sorry. A couple gnocchi stuck together. No gnocchi, no gnocchi. Oh, 3 or 4. Yeah, that works.